Yeah, that's the first ever emote. I just made it because I wanted an emote. It's so derpy. I am gonna keep it though. I am absolutely gonna keep it because it's my first emote, but I am gonna commission someone to make emotes because holy crap. Alright, for some reason, it's like each time I'm gonna stream, I remember some stuff, and then I forget again. Because I was literally like before today, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna stream today. And I realized who actually was killed today. Or has been killed. Is he here? Tobias Gregson, if you guys remember, has been killed. And the one in jail for that is Van Seek. So I literally just like, oh, shit, right. Because it literally gone like 2 weeks before I played this game. Before I played this game last time. Because of a little cold. I just reminded myself all the time when I think about this game. Right. He's dead. That's not fun. And I'm also gonna do voices. That's also something I always forget. Hold on, I'm trying to fucking remember how to do this voice app. Anyone other than you, I should imagine. Okay. Would I be right in assuming that you have no representation as yet? The fence lawyers shy away from any trial involving the Reaper, as I'm sure you know. Yeah, but this is different. Also, I'm gonna do this. Hold on. This is more or less the only time I actually do this, because it's a bit easier when I'm actually gonna read a lot. There we go. Because now I have my chat over there, so I can like, literally just watch that and see the chat. I can see all the interactions, which means that if actually someone using the skeleton dance, I will actually see it. Should I keep it there then? The problem is I want to see people when they talk, so I don't miss anything. I also feel like it will always like announce. Wait, can I actually take away the announcement? No, it shouldn't. I don't think I can. It's a part of that, isn't it? Wait, hold on. Can I actually... Alert settings. No. I don't think I can. Media overlay, skeleton dance, alert settings. I have no idea. I don't think I can. Because it literally just tells me every sort of redeem. In my career, all of the defendants I prosecuted, only 19 have ever been acquitted. Of them, 16 substantially died in mysterious circumstances. Questions will be asked. Yeah, that's actually not true. I think people are gonna have a lot of questions about that. Not like that it happens, because I believe people have been having that thought a lot of the times, but he is right now in court, and I think that is gonna pop up. Surely not. I assure you, no defense lawyer will want to touch me with the end of barge pole. With the end of a barge pole. I don't even know what a barge pole is. But you didn't actually have anything to do with those people's death, did you? It's been 10 years now that I've been known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Believe me, nobody wants to know the true identity of this killer more than I. However, it seems things may come to an end ahead before I had the chance to uncover the truth about them. I think he's talking about Gregson, unfortunately. Just feel for drinking because I just feel for like yawning all the time. It's a letter to inform me of his safe arrival at home. I arranged his passage by sea and rain. It's a relief, I must say. He should now be beyond the reaches of the Reaper.
Because the Reaper doesn't follow people abroad, you mean?
Then I kinda want to stay close to Gina, actually. Jesus. I'm trying to figure out, like, have anyone else survived? What happened to that dancing lunatic in the last game? I don't know. Your stupid little Nipponese friend, for example. You told me he was keeping well in Japan when I inquired the other day. Yes, that's right. He's an author now, happily working in Tokyo. I don't know if they say the other day. I'm pretty certain it's like gone like 3-4 days, right? Or even more. How long has it been, actually? I know it was while we did the machine thing. He asked that, but that was like at least 4 or 5 days. He is. I don't know why. Each time like the clock turns 5 or 6, like I'm starting yawning like a maniac. So, it appears our conversation has run dry. It was a 2-second silence, that's all. Well, in any event, if you'll excuse me now, I wouldn't like to detain you. Who the hell is the one detained, I wonder? I was wondering, Lord Van Six, if you'd like. I'd be happy to advocate for you. Why do you else think we're here? Literally, I am a defense lawyer. Why do you think I'm standing talking to you here? 2 reasons. I want to know what happened and I want to defend you. You trust me, do you? I was about to say don't you. So if something sounded weird there, it was because I more or less stopped myself mid-sentence. I've heard you speak to many times in court. That's how you treat people. Oh. Oh, there we go. That was the one I was talking about. So I'm quite sure that you would never have taken another's life. It's just my feelings can't be used as evidence in court of law, sadly. It's a very gracious offer. However, I trust no one. What? Not the police, not the judiciary, and not you Nipponese. But please, come on. I was about to say help a friend out, but I'm the one trying to help him. I have no intention of engaging your services. Alright. Nah, I'm just gonna run and just jump. You know, hope for the best. I'd appreciate if you don't visit again. Then neither of us will waste any more time. You're in jail. What sort of time would you be wasting? Oh, another one is about to pop out. Jesus. Wait, stream? Where was this place? Why would you go here? Oh, right. This was the hotel there when Gregson was shot. There's a wig over there. Why is there a wig over there? Wow. Jesus, this place cannot be expensive. Like, this don't even have any windows. They have walls, but that's not much of walls. Jesus.
So this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life.
Yes, and the police are already hard at work investigating, it seems. I don't see a Mrs. Sholmes anywhere, though. Perhaps investigations have taken him elsewhere. Yay, Gina!
What do you think you're doing there? Every one of them
Yours has got to be taken right out so you can look underneath and all. And the space above the ceiling checked. Don't you forget to look inside the chimney stack too. Blimey! Ain't you all never gone on a house looking for dough when the owner's out in town? She has, but like she actually has a fair point. Like she has been like stealing to survive, so she knows what she's talking about. Like if there is anything hidden, then you don't hide it just in a drawer. You hide it inside, like inside a drawer or even underneath a drawer. Oh, you look grumpy. Ah, so you turn up at last, mind ya? I haven't been here long myself. Hello again, Gina. How are you holding up? Shomsa's owner just left. You're lucky you missed that. Why lucky? He went prancing around in there and pointing at stuff and flicking flicking at the office and then just scarab. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck happened with my breathing there.
Oh, he finished investigating already, you mean?
Yeah? It didn't stop to say nothing to no one, not even me. Dina, would you mind if we investigated too? Listen now, though. You're a lawyer, right? Yeah. Why? Well, you're not thinking of trying to help a rape bloke, are you? Don't be so mean at him. It's just misunderstood. It feels very wrong to say that in a way, but that's technically it, because people believe he is the Reaper, but he's not the Reaper. I think.
Gina, if you don't mind me asking, if Lorvan 6 really is responsible for this crime, he will be duly unfairly judged in court.
I suppose you're right, yeah. Go on then, I'll get investigating. I don't know the truth about what really happened there. The funny part is, I'm pretty certain that last time we were going to investigate something, we actually had to be defending the guy to be actually investigating. And, well, simply put it, we're not. You don't want anything to do with us. Best that we came in here, I can't take my eyes off this thing. Yeah, it's like sticking out, and this place is a... I'm pretty certain a wrecking ball is not even needed. You mean just like a water balloon? Something that's not even hard, just like smacking on the wall and the whole wall just crumbles down.
It's a hairpiece, isn't it?
First I was wondering like why red hair, and I just realized last time. I just realized that there was some sort of group wanting a red-haired person. Wait, is Shom's hair still blue? I just realized that. Also, I'm gonna do this. Oh, sorry, I misclicked stuff. I'm trying out loud. It's not even that I'm pointing at. There we go. For some reason it's like marking one thing, but it's like activate something else, and I was like bloody annoyed by that.
And I suppose the fact is it's right there next where the body was found.
Means we have to accept that Inspector Gregson wore wigs, does it?
There's such a flame-colored red too.
Yes, that's a color we come across very recently elsewhere, isn't it?
Exactly, this is a vital clue. I'm sure of it.
I'm just waiting for it to be actually some sort of etiquette inside there. Hold on. I'm actually gonna check this thing out if I can. Oh, I can. Okay. Well, it does actually have this, which I more or less thought would have, but no etiquette. I always wondered what was on the underside. What the underside of a hairpiece looks like. Okay, yeah.
As a surprised at Miss Naruto, you always want to see what lies beneath, don't you?
Fair point. I'm not sure that's quite how I'd put it. You must have to use a lot of bird limes to keep it in place on your head. Bird? Hold on, I'm so confused. What is that? Also, there we go. I'm just gonna make my voice a bit. What is that? It's just glue. Oh, so it's apparently the translation is literally just fågellim, which is like bird glue. Bird glue is a sort of glue that's used in a sort of bird hunt. Oh, so it's literally like you just put it on branches and the bird just sits there and it's like, oh, piss. I don't like the idea of actually just gluing on a wig on your head, especially if you're supposed to like be able to take it off later on.
But maybe more inconvenient when you want to take it off again, don't you think?
Yeah, exactly my point. It's not really the best idea. Well, let's check the outline. So, I suppose this is where the victim...
That's right. The rope is laid around the body to show exactly how it was found. Poor Inspector Gregson himself has already been taken away.
I would probably be on the Dr. Scythe's scalpel by now. What do you think of that? For some reason I also fear a bit. Because we did learn last time that Dr. Scythe has a daughter. No, she's a bit scary. Well, her personality is scary.
You look like you just seen a ghost.
No, it's just a rope, but... well, it conjures up quite a terrifying image, that's all. Especially with the bloodstain next to it. That's actually a fairly good point. Because technically you don't see anything, but it's like just the outline is like, yeah, how was the body laid? I can literally just see that the body was laid like a bit of like a crumped together sort of form. Which more or less gives you the image, a very dark image. What's this?
He would appear to be a little model policeman. It's rather charming, isn't it? In a way.
Seeing as it's on the floor here, do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson?
It's a little hard to imagine Lord Van Sieg's playing with something like this.
Yeah, I did actually believe it might have been his from the beginning because I have visited him and it does have a model for, I don't know every case, but many cases. It's only about 8 centimeters tall. It would have fallen out of someone's pocket, I suppose. I think you should record it as evidence, just in case. I'm gonna expect that as well, because the feeling there might be... Is there... Either it's just scratched away so you can see the wood underneath. It almost feels like there's something there.
The helmet of this charming policeman appears to have a little worse for wear.
I'm kind of convinced about the charming part, but yes, you're right. The head part looks like it's been fairly heavily manhandled. Almost as somebody enjoyed twisting it around and around for fun.
Shall we try...
Oh, it was me talking. I thought it was her.
Shall we try twisting it around and around too, for fun?
Oh! What? What is that?
It appears to be some sort of key.
It's so tiny. I thought it would be a key for a door. Not of that size. But it's a key. That's an impressive key, actually. I cannot dig it though. Coming out of the butt. There's a key coming out of the butt. I was wondering, I thought it was like a murder weapon or something. Like, oh, there pops the knife. Oh, I thought we would actually find someone that had blue color somewhere. And just like, yeah, you have the same color. But no, it is actually you. It's been taken like that to take the key out so many times. Huh, I do wonder what that opened. Okay, whose gun is this? This is presumably the murder weapon then.
Oh my. It is real, I suppose.
I think so. Guns are so rare in Japan. I really know very little about them.
There's one way to know for sure, Miss Naruto.
I don't! Okay, hell, I'm gonna go to prison myself if I do that. If I did that, I'd be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent. Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. It's like the safer just to ask someone who might know, I think. I always check everything because there have been some like hidden stuff here and there. I suppose this must have been the murder. I don't care about that.
Oh my, it's real. I suppose.
Oh, we already have... Why are you talking about the same thing again? I'm also not talking about the gun itself. I was thinking if there was something else around here, but no. Well, policemen are actually fairly used to having guns. The top of one of the candles in the candle holder has been completely blown off.
Yes, the wax is splattered on the wall behind. Look.
I suppose if a bullet had hit.
It doesn't seem likely that the bullet hit the candle. Having first passed through the inspector's body.
Oof. It's kind of fun they actually save wax on the wall. I cannot see any wax at all. It's so tiny. There's no wax. Oh. Oh. It's kind of fun. I pressed the wrong button, but I got to the place I actually wanted to get. I'm trying to see if there's like anything in here. There's some black marks here too.
Yes, they look like some sort of scorch marks.
So perhaps the bullet struck the candle here, you think? It's only this candle has been cracked in half, it seems.
Yes, I think you might be right. Fire swords are rarely used by criminals in Japan. So I'm afraid I'm not particularly knowledgeable about them.
Did someone shoot through the wall? Mostly because I'm thinking about the whole gunpowder thing. What's that?
Oh, it's a photograph stand. I suppose it must be a picture of one of the Inspector Gregson's family members.
I am pretty certain it might be. I'm guessing because they don't often just like get shocked about something we have never known. So I am guessing that if it is a woman, it might be Evie Vigil.
Of course she's familiar. We met her only this morning.
Yeah, Vigil. Mrs. Vigil. This makes no sense. Why would there be a picture of Mrs. Vigil here? So I'm guessing that whoever actually killed Gregson must have been what's his face? This is his face. Daily Vigil. Because apparently he said that he has been working at the Barclay prison. And he did. But that was 10 years ago. And she just said that 1-2 days ago he went missing. Because sometimes he does actually work late at the prison. Because she doesn't know anything about him being laid off. Fired? I don't know what he said. Something at least. But if there's a picture of her here, that might mean that he has been here. To be frank, I don't think I've ever been more stumped.
I'm sorry to say, I have no idea either.
But we're looking for a person that has not been seen before here, so I'm just guessing that might be why. Like, he has been here. We literally just believe there have been two people here, Gregson and Van Zeeks. But we actually think of a third person, then that literally points at someone we have not met yet, and has actually disappeared. An empty fireplace makes the room feel even colder than it would be otherwise, doesn't it?
It's thick with dust. Look, I think it would be fairly to say that it haven't been used in a very long time.
In other words, whoever lived in this room must have been extremely hardy in cold weather.
Or nobody lived here at all, and merely visit when the occasion arose. I would like to say which is more likely.
It kind of feels like that. No, that's right. I do think that's right. What is this, by the way?
This looks like some sort of notice board or something.
It's absolutely covered with scraps of paper.
Mr. Naruto, look!
This, you mean? It's an autopsy board, isn't it?
These are our case notes here, and detailed of prison inmates.
Yes, in fact, they're all sort of documented to only a detective could normally acquire.
Some old newspaper cuttings. And this one here.
The advertisement, you mean? The Red-Headed League, which I'm guessing the wig is for. But why? What's that doing here?
Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason.
Have I checked everything? Just making sure. I'm gonna see if you can talk to the police here. Excuse me. If you're looking down on us from the great beyond, Inspector, don't worry. We'll be looking after things at the yard. I've interrupted some deep thought there. Okay. Well, I'm at least glad they're doing it for him. Excuse me. Sorry, sir. I can't see a thing, sir. Too many tears, sir. Okay. Fair. I guess I'm gonna talk to Gina, but I'm just gonna try anyway. Excuse me. Oh, Inspector. Oh, sir. I get the feeling they're all just standing around because they're too heartbroken to do anything. Okay, so Gina. I wish to ask you about the revolver. I'm gonna skip this because I know this is literally just, oh, you found something. Does it mean anything? No! Can I ask about this then? No. Okay, let's just talk to her. Technically, she is actually just like a junior, so I don't think she hasn't really used firearms yet. So I'm just gonna talk to her and see what she actually can converse to me. Gina, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place?
That's what I wanna know. It's well half a year since I got out of the clink. That's when I decided to give up and dive in and become a detective instead.
Oh yes, Mr. Sholmes twisted the inspector's arm to agree to take you on as an apprentice, didn't he?
Something like that, I think. Anyway, the point is I didn't really know much about the boss until then. But it turns out it's a bit of a legend on the yard.
Yeah, we have asked 3 of these people, and I am pretty certain they are not going to be able to work for a long time.
Goodness, really? Say managed to solve some really tricky cases just like that. He did. Yeah, and ever since then, he started going out on all sorts of investigations, but always on his own. No one else at Yarn knows about what half of these cases is. Working on R, apparently. That's not how it's supposed to work, is it? Well, at the same time, he has like been working for the government, top secret thing now and then. For example, the box last game, that literally told us about some names that not even like we had connected together before. Which was very confusing because it was all like top secret, I don't know, stuff. And Gregson knew about it, so I'm pretty certain that this is not like any sort of I am a police, let me work thing. This is like the government ruling thing. And I had a lot of respect for a rape and all. And look where that landed him. Respect for a reaper. What way? I didn't say as much. I'll take my hat off of that fella. For his words. How the general public feels, is it? Most people are terrified for the reaper. Yeah, the boss said it's actually why I respect about the bloke. Kind of fair point in a way. He said something else to me and all. I didn't need to worry about the Reaper. Because he only goes after people who are bad. I did kind of set my mind at ease when he said that. Right. At the same time, I was supposed to more or less take you to France. And that was like a few days ago we said that, so yeah. What is this place then? Does anyone live here? Apparently it's been rented by someone called Huge Bone. Fuck me. Why the hell did he use that name? Why the fuck? Stop, please. No, I am... fuck, I'm gonna lose it if I'm gonna have to say that name so many times. It's a sort of here today, gone tomorrow name, that, isn't it? Yeah. That's what I call an unidentified person. Oh, God. Oh, another one. Holy crap. Oh, sorry if it is too loud, by the way. Do tell me if you think it's too loud now and then. Just making sure that it's like not around the red whenever I speak. Yeah, I won't call an unidentified person. We haven't been able to get in touch with him. I see. Well, judging from appearance, I'd have to say this place hasn't been lived in for a long time, if ever. Right. Well, that's from the yard piled down and stuck into investigation. Yeah, I'm just checking. I'm trying to keep my voice around like the yellow bar here, and keep like the game and stuff around like lower than yellow, around green there. Just trying to not to make it too red, just like it becomes like too loud. Yes, Mr. Soto? Well, could it be that the Huge Bone? Like I cannot not smiling whenever I gonna say that, especially in voices. Is in fact Inspector Gregson himself. What? How could that be? Well, if he was investigating on his own, it's quite possible that it was in fact some kind of secret office of his. Well, I did say he was working for the government and stuff, so that's pretty fair. Nice work, Susie. We're actually following a line of inquiry like that ourselves. You are? If you look around the room, you'll see there's a few things I hint at it. Yeah, like the board, just a lonely little place there. And that's all. I see that's where the pretty poor inspector was found. Over there. Yup. Yeah, that's right. You say it was a single bullet who did him in. Jesus. Apparently the bullet went right through him and struck the cannon tree on the wall. Yeah, it's a blow on one of the candles apart completely. And the gun used in
used is there on the floor. There's the Reapers in it. Not denying that. What? Really? How do you know? How do you know that? Take it easy. I don't know what with it myself when you stare at me with them big wide eyes. I'm only saying what I've heard. I don't know much about guns myself. There's some bigwig lawman or whatever who said so. Why don't you ask him? Wait, what? But there's some bigwig lawman or whatever who said so. Who? No way. Francis Street runs along under that window there. There were some street cells just outside who heard a gunshot. Oh, but I don't recall seeing anybody outside. Yeah, they're all been taken down for the yard of questioning, that's why. We're talking about the yard's legendary inspector, yeah? After all, they're getting a grilling. Oh, Jesus. Do you still think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves? I doubt it. Unless as you will just wanna know what you're snooping for, and you'll be put over grilling now. Okay, so I guess that if we're gonna have witnesses, we're gonna have to have them later in the court. Okay. So I'm just trying to see if there is anything. Oh, because that does that. I'm stupid. Okay, so just gonna try everything here. Bigwig Lawman. I'm pretty certain it is Strongheart. You don't really have anything, do you? Oh well. Guess I'm just gonna move on then. I'm just gonna check like one more here. I've checked that. There's no need to check that. I have checked that. Oops, sorry, wrong button. For some reason I want to do the R and L to like go left and right. I don't know why that is. It must be from some sort of game I've been playing. It's like causing it to happen. Well, I can check the window. Somebody's very happily nailed those boards over the broken glass, haven't they? You couldn't even really call it a window anymore. Well, if you remember the windows in Miss Natsuma's room, it was totally blocked up with bricks. This one does at least let some light in. You could say nothing more about it. I'm starting to feel even more sorry for Miss Natsuma now. Well, he's home, don't worry. Well, I have checked now everything in here, so yep. I guess I'm just gonna see if I can figure out who's the bigwig. Okay, let's go here. That's the only bigwig I can think of. Ah, there is an update, so well, have I even been? No, I don't think I've been here on this day, so that might be why. You made good time. I took an express train back to London. I'm not gonna do voice if I don't know who's actually talking. I can hear Lord Strongheart. Can you? Yes, it sounds like though he's talking to someone. Is everything in place? I also don't remember his name nor his voice. I literally just did his voice like the first game, the first case. I don't even remember. I had a I don't know. I had a private train, so no, that's not it. I'm trying to find a good one. I had a private compartment on the train, so I could check it all the paperworks. No, I have no idea what sort of. Yeah, Kazuma was his name. I'm trying to figure out a voice, but I cannot. Your timing is impeccable. It is.
No doubt you have heard the sickening news about the Reaper's latest devilry.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure you don't believe it, of course, though, Lord Strongheart. That Lord Van Six could have done such a thing to Inspector Gregson.
I believe only the facts. And the facts in this case point to one thing. The inevitable accusal of Lord Van Six for this crime. We must bring charge against the Reaper for taking the life of our legendary detective.
Surely not.
It's a truly regrettable situation. Tomorrow the Forensic Science Symposium finally begins. At the very least though, we can show the world our justice system's swift and equitable process.
So does that mean the trial is tomorrow? Wait, is the trial like bigger than most of them then?
Precisely. In fact, this is a fine opportunity for introductions.
We know him. Kazuma.
Ah, but of course, you're already acquainted, aren't you? Mr. Asogi here will be represented at tomorrow's proceedings. Leading the prosecution. Oh, we're good. I thought we might go against Strongheart, but no, we're going against Mr. Asogi here.
Wait,
what?
what the hell happened to you, mate?
As I'm sure you're aware, he's a very capable practitioner of law.
Yes, because I technically took his place. Kazuma-sama, a prosecutor? Okay, you have some explaining to do.
I'm sure you can imagine that tomorrow's trial will be closely followed all over London. In fact, no, people all over the Empire will be watching closely to see how it unfolds.
There's no salvation for anyone in the trial prosecuted by the Reaper of the Bailies. Now, the Reaper himself must stand in the dock.
Quite so. The public wants answers about the Reaper. Answers about how and why those who escaped conviction substantially died mysterious deaths.
Lord Van Six firmly denies any involvement in such matters. And there have been thorough investigations that have proven him to be innocent.
That's certainly true. Or it has been at least, until now.
I think you're talking about the gun and all that.
No, tomorrow's trial will mark the start of a new chapter in our country's great judicial history.
Like, each time I see this guy, I get the feeling of a Von Karma guy, which is literally like Von Karma is just a bastard. I'm talking about the male one, not the female one. And I just feel like this guy is hiding something. Like, he wants this to happen. Not like the whole trial thing, because sure, it's gonna happen anyway. I'm talking about the whole him being in prison. Or executed. I'm pretty certain he might be executed. So, Kazuma will be prosecuting tomorrow.
That's right.
But he's a defense lawyer, Mr. Strongheart. Lord Strongheart.
Accomplished young law practitioner cannot pick and choose their roles. And imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategies commonly employed by the defense. A devastating combination, wouldn't you agree?
So what you're talking about, instead of the defense as I do it, we do the prosecution as I do it. Ooh, that's scary. But why Kazuma-sama? There's surely many other highly skilled prosecutors in Great Britain.
As I was a personal request. Oh shit, sorry, I pressed the button.
You asked for this, but why?
It has all become clear tomorrow.
I'm guessing you intend to stand for the defense, don't you? Although, the Reaper appears to be turning down all offers of representation.
I'm surprised such a personal request would have been upheld. It seems unprecedented, quite exceptional in fact.
You're quite right, Mrs. Mikotobak. Tomorrow's trial will be unprecedented and exceptional in every way. After all, the accused in one of Britain's greatest prosecutor, the pride of the empire. It would be unwise to give the public a reason to perceive it as a judicial closing rank. I want to say juridical, just jury, with an R. It's very difficult for me to just do UD. I want an R. So that's why you're happy to let the forager handle the prosecution. Ryunosuke, let's see how your skills have been honed after practicing law in this land for so many months. Kazuma, I don't understand why you're being so hostile to me now. We actually gave back the sword as well. Oh, we did. Oh yes, we noticed there was a gun at the scene of the Inspector Gregson's death. Do you know if it belongs to Lord Van Six? That will be the question for the lead detective investigating the case. Well, the thing is, she wasn't sure. So she told me I should ask somebody higher up who might know.
Oh, that's right, Miss Naruto. Be direct.
Simply to put it, answer. It's certainly a model that's issued to all personnel involved in law enforcement, yes. Which include prosecutors, I'm sure you can imagine. Then why the hell do I not have a gun? Okay, now I'm questioned. It's been sent out to those practicing law enforcement. But it's a prosecutor, so he has a gun. But I don't. Like, sure, I'm not like a law enforcer. I don't know. I might be. I think I might be in that category. But still, I don't have a gun. I had a sword, but it has been taken away from me.
In that case, it would actually have belonged to the victim.
No, Griggerson has his gun on his person. What will Lord Van Six? He claims it's currently not in his possession. What? According to his story, he lost it. In short, it's more than a little suspicious. Yeah, well, it depends on how you think of it, because if it disappeared, it is suspicious. It's suspicious someone actually took it and used it.
But just because the gun in question is the same type as the defendant's, there's no proof that it actually is his.
No, of course not. Nevertheless, the situation is grave for Lord Van Six. Okay. I'm just gonna... Technically, this thing I don't really care about. I don't think he would care about who that person is. I don't... Do I have anything? Because technically, she has already spoken about this. The top blew off when the bullet hit it. This is probably his gun. And these are, I'm pretty certain, of no use right now. Okay, I'm gonna examine. And I'm gonna see if I'm actually gonna answer something here. Oh, I'm sorry for all the worry I've caused you. But it'll be all right now. Has your memory completely returned? Yes, completely. I remember everything. Including what I was coming here to do. Right, you never told us.
Izuma-sama, I can't tell you how happy I am. You see, they're alive and well like this.
Well and well, we thought of him being a prosecutor and actually look a bit like dead in the eyes in a way. It was the voice. This past year, I've been hearing it in my head constantly, saying the same thing over and over. Go to London. That's where your destiny awaits. It was that voice that guided me back here to London. Oh, so even if he was left off over there, he disappeared because something just spoke to him. Go to London. I'm sorry for what happened. Anyway, my memories might have returned. But there is something that won't return to the way it was before. What do you mean? I'm a prosecutor now. So I'm sure our path will cross again very soon. I'm pretty certain you still have a smack on your head. Yeah, we cannot really get much more here. Well, Chance did leave the place. I might go and check. There's much you can learn from the public gallery. Oh, which public gallery? I'm gonna go to the public gallery. Alright. Sorry for taking up so much time of your time. We'll see ourselves out.
Hold it!
Oh. Jesus. Before you go, Ryunosuke. Oh, what is it, Kazuma? I just wanted to thank you. Kazuma-san, what? You took my determination to heart and brought it with you over the ocean in my stead. And you carried out my role to perfection. We once were intent of studying British law in order to change our own justice system. It was your dream, and Miss Naruto didn't want that to die with you. Yes, but I had another purpose for coming. It has something to do with the father. Tell us, because you've never technically told us. I actually have a favor to ask. Which is? This trial will be prosecuting tomorrow. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends. Right in front of me. As the defense counsel. I'm pretty certain from his perspective to us, he see it as a duel. He just wants to duel. Also, I'm pretty certain he has changed the headband to whatever that thing is called. I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like that would always be in my line of sight, and it would be absolutely bloody annoying to have that there. I know you have what it takes. But Lovan 6 would never put his fate in my hand. There we go. On the contrary, we recognize your talent. It does? It's not easy to see behind the facade sometimes. I'm trying to figure out a voice for him. I'm pretty sure I managed to find some here now. Here, have a look at this. Then Seeks, the brother. It looks so goddamn happy here. And also a hell of a lot younger in a way. Well, technically it's just 10 years, but still. And Gregson. That's Lovan Seeks and Inspector Gregson. And the photograph must have been taken some time ago by the looks of it. The third person is the brother. Haven't you learned anything? It was displayed very prominently in the detective's office. In Grayson's office, you mean? Yes. What I'm trying to say is, if you really think you can trust the Reaper, you might find that some straight talking makes him take a different view. Take this. I don't understand. Why are you giving me this? Just hurry, Ryunosuke. Visiting hours at the prison are almost over. What are you doing? I'm pretty certain he just wants to duel us. Either duel, defeat us, or just want to defeat Van Seeks with us defending him. I don't know what his motive is. He has a weird ass motive. Hello Van Seeks, you did tell me to not come back here, but I have like 2 people nagging. One to go away from here and one to go back. And apparently I've decided to come back here.
Lord Van Seas is still reading that letter. Either it's a long-ass letter, or he's been reading it twice. Thrice, perhaps. Who knows how many times.
Taken quite some time, though. Either is an incredibly slow reader, or it's an incredibly long letter.
Yeah, exactly. I might have been able to read English faster than he can. I pretty certainly heard that. I was intending to ignore you entirely. I'm pretty certain, but I like just messing with him. But I can't turn a deaf ear to such an insulting Nipponese. Oh, sorry. I don't think you heard that. You hear that? You would hear that. Jesus. The case notes brought to me in secret. I was reading them to pass the time. I do love it actually tells us that. Wait. Do we have the case notes? Oh, fuck, can't do it. No, we don't have the case notes. Fucking hell, give it to me.
Yes, we've heard that your trial is set for tomorrow.
Which is none of your business. So, have you found a lawyer? How many times must I retaliate the same thing? Reiterate. Why did I say retaliate? Reiterate the same thing. But this has nothing to do with you. In other words, no.
We were just talking to Lord Stronghard, and the prosecutor for your trial has been decided.
I expect nothing less. I thought I have no idea. Though I have no idea who it is. It is going to be Kazuma Asogi. Yeah, he is. I'm pretty certain he got shaken by that because... Yeah, I'm pretty certain yeah, well, the only thing I know is that Asogi's father is a doctor. The doctor killed the brother of this guy, Van Seeks. So I'm pretty certain they have like some sort of rage against each other. And right now he just feels like, oh shit, time is repeating itself. Do you want my help now? Oh, good god. Okay, let's see what he's gonna have to answer him about this. Well then. It seems I'm going to have to engage in conversation with you. Again, after all. Well, thank you for that. So, Asogi. 10 years ago, my older brother, who was the director of prosecutions at the time, was murdered. And the killer, as you know, was a visiting student from the Far East. Not a single day goes by when I don't curse the name Asogi.
Genshin Asogi was Kazuma-sama's father.
So what a cruel twist of fate this is now. 10 years later, the man's son is to crucify me in some kangaroo court. Kangaroo court? Never heard that term before. I still don't understand why Lord Stronger apprentice said Kazuma to you. It was what he does. No doubt he knew of the young man's true identity from the outset.
But what could have been hoping to achieve?
And let's not forget that it was only 8 days ago that Kazuma recovered from his amnesia. Yes, that was like so it was 8 days ago. And that was after the trial. And once before the trial, we talked to someone, and apparently a week and a half or something like that, Gina thinks it's just like a few days ago. Or just the other day, she said. Why would Lord Stronger assign this trial to somebody like that? Asogi. That name is the very epitome of my bane. The bane that is you, Nipponese. Right, you hated of all those Japanese. The Nipponese bane. I'd only just been appointed as a prosecutor
when it happened 10 years ago. My brother Clint, the director of prosecutions, was hunting down a mass murderer, the so-called professor, assigned to the investigation as his partner was a certain visiting student dispatched from Scotland Yard. And that was Genshin Asogi? Exactly. I developed a deep respect for the man. He seemed noble-minded and chivalrous in the extreme. But none of us saw the true nature of the man. Why did you still start killing people? So, I lost everything. I don't know. Like whenever I do his voice, sometimes I feel I just like shatter my teeth for some reason. So, I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people I believed in, and my semblance of right prevailing over wrong. Oh, how awful. To avenge my brother, I prosecuted in Asogi's trial. Okay, so I guess it's like a very good twist of fate here in a way. You were in jail and he's not, and he's prosecuting you this time. Turning it around, I see. Turning the table and do not flip it. He wouldn't ordinarily have been allowed, but I beleaguered the ascribed prosecutor until he consented. What do you mean by the ascribed prosecutor? The man in charge of the prosecuting case inquiry. Lord Mael Strongheart. His name is Mael. I don't know why, but that name is like... Jesus Christ, I'm pretty certain it's like a Bible name. He was a highly accomplished prosecutor, but they agreed to relinquish the trial to me and act as my advisor instead. Since that time, he is the one prosecutor whom I felt in depth. I'm sure you must have seen I've seen you seal for the case and recognize your potential as a prosecutor. Anyway, times has passed, and then earlier this year, who should arrive in London but you? Of all things, as a lawyer. Well, technically, it would have been Asogi that would have been the lawyer. So, be happy about that, mate. I think. I felt your animosity the first time I ever faced you in the courtroom. Your obvious deep loathing of us Japanese. Kinda obvious in a way. I kept telling myself it was illogical. But for so many years, that hatred had festered inside. I could no longer control it. And I can understand why. I know the history. But in the same way, I've long felt the Nipponese to be the bane of my life. To Kazuma Asogi, I am the bane of his. The reaper who sent his father to the gallows. Who actually killed his father? Because technically, some people, for some reason, faked his death. And he arose from the grave and then just got shot. But I don't know by whom. He's looking for revenge. And he intends to take it in court tomorrow. Interesting. Gregson's transferred the Paris police prefecture. And have finally been arranged for the coming month. Oh, so he actually managed to go like sign in for Paris police. I was about to say the letters it became just pointed out there. Nah. But he'll never make it to France now. It's a tragedy. Oh yes, I come to think of it, didn't mention something about that, didn't he? I wonder, does it happen often? Being transferred internationally, I mean. It's the first time I ever encountered. Oh. The Paris police welcome an English detective is almost inconceivable. I can't imagine what kind of magic Gregson must have worked up to put that arrangement in place. It sounds like that mystery has even the Reaper perplexed. I'm afraid to say, you're very ignorant about Inspector Gregson's standings. We heard that it was considered something of a legend at Scotland Yard. Again, it was 10 years ago that he first made a name for himself, by uncovering a decisive piece of evidence that exposed the professor's identity. It wasn't for Gregson's singular approach to the case. The discovery would never have been made. What sort of approach? After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for full autopsy. Oh my, 10 years ago? Why is that so surprising? Autopsy was considered a desecration of the body at the time, and rarely performed. And my brother was of course a noble. That made the idea of it even more unthinkable. But something Gregson had dug up in his investigation made him determined it was necessary. His powerful conviction somehow influenced the House of Lords, and as a result, I could avenge my brother's death. So you must have been a great confidence in his Inspector's abilities then. And it's even more inconceivable that you would have taken his life. I don't have any confidence in anyone. I am sure Gregson felt the same way. I have no doubt he thought of me as only as an ominous reaper, just like the rest of London. Oh. I have no idea. It looked happy at the picture at least. So, your gun. How about the gun that you used to shoot Inspector that was found at the scene? Oh, yes. That's not mine. Really? Because common opinion seems to be that it is. What do you expect me to say to that? What's stronger the foremost that you claim to have misplaced your firearm? As embarrassing as it is, I'm afraid it's true. When do you lose it then? That's... I don't know. I was issued with a revolver when I first became a prosecutor 10 years ago. Alright, I know now why I don't have a gun. I'm just a studying lawyer. I'm not a real lawyer yet. I must have stowed it somewhere, I suppose. Or left it somewhere, perhaps. Yeah, you have something in common with Lord Van Six after all, Miss Naruto. A talent of misplacing things. No. This has nothing to do with me. Don't drag me into this. Don't make a mistake of associating me with this Nipponese. Jesus. She should have said anything whatsoever there. Holy crap. That was bad. Okay, so... Well, first of all, do you know this thing? I'm pretty sure you do. Apparently not. Oh, wait, also I'm supposed to show him the picture. Hold on. I'm gonna show him the picture. I forgot I had this. Urban 6. We came by this old photograph. Where did you get that? Damn, he looks happy there though. Looks more skinny than he does now though. It's almost unbelievable. I assumed it was long lost. Is the man on the left there? Yes. That's my brother, Clint.
had to be, really. Yeah, they look very similar to each other. Apparently, this picture was prominently displayed in Grigson's office. He had a deep respect for him, you know. Were you aware of that?
Respect. That's nonsense.
No, I heard someone attest to it very clearly. Inspector Gina Lestrade, no less.
Well, maybe once, yes. There was a time things were like that. Where we were brothers in arms. Jovially discussing the future of justice and other such a lofty subject matter. That was a glimpse of the past, I think.
Yeah. A smile. Yeah, a brief twinkle. An insight into the true nature of this man known all as the Stone Cold Reaper. Actually, who gave you the scar as well?
Mr. Narahuda.
Oh. Yeah, I actually never used my name, haven't I? Even I was like, I'm pretty certain I never used that before.
I have lost all confidence in my country's justice system. I don't trust the police, the judiciary, or lawyers. But there is still one thing I'm willing to believe.
What's that?
That which you see in your eyes of another across the court. A simple determination to know the truth.
Lord Van Six?
From the very first time we clashed in the Baileys almost a year ago now, I couldn't deny it, even though I clearly wished it could. Here is a loathsome Nipponese who has an absolute integrity as a lawyer. There are only two other men I've known with the same look in their eyes. My brother Clint and Genshin Aso.
The man he idolized and the man who betrayed his trust. Wow. That's like a 50-50. It's literally a 50-50, but like, the question is like, what is better for him? Being an idol or being, like, hated?
When you showed me the photograph just now, it reminded me.
You mean this photograph?
Back then, I was able to laugh. I was free of the shackles of mistrust that plague me now. I look to the future with hope. Since then, I've protected myself against betrayal, refusing to trust anyone. But at times, the mire into which I've sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe.
I'm so sorry. I just love seeing that goddamn weird emote I made. Good god.
I want to believe in that you took in your eyes. In tomorrow's trial, will you advocate for it?
Absolutely. Of course I will. It will be an honor. I'm so pleased, Miss Naruto.
Then, my life is in your hands.
Oh, great. Goody goody darn gumdrops. For Lord Van Six, that must have been an incredibly hard thing to ask. Which is why I simply cannot let the man down. Tomorrow, in Old Bailey.
I guess an old friend, Kazuma.
Kazuma-sama. Technically, I mispronounced his name. It's like, is it like Kazuma? I think it's Kazuma. I'm just very bad at names like that, so sometimes I will pronounce them wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna say my current progression. Bam! There we go. Back into the courtroom. Here we go. 2nd November. Almost 6 in the morning. Oh, 9 in the morning. I'm pretty certain this is the second time of a 6-month expansion, expansion I had. Expansion? What is it called? I'm not saying it right. I know I'm not saying it right because it sounds wrong. I don't know. I was expelled for six months at least. Technically more, but I said, I'm gonna do this. Actually, no. It's a little different today. There's an even more menacing tension in there. I think it's 2. One, that we meet our friend, and Van Seeks. There's a menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there? I suppose. Yes, I think so. This time she didn't read my mind, but she thought the same. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant. A little more courtesy, if you please. Oh my, I do apologize. However, you're certainly not mistaken that this trial is far from ordinary. What do you mean? I'm not privy to the details. However, I understand that no jury has been selected. A trial without jury? Well, that's just like the trial of the professor 10 years ago. A closed court. Oh, where the hell have you been? Good morning, my dear fellows. Mr. Sholmes, have you made a note of my hair, Miss Naruto? Outright victory of science, you must agree. Yeah, I kinda miss it being blue. Just because it annoys the hell out of you. But in a way, it actually kinda hurt my eyes. To be perfectly honest, so much had happened yesterday that, well, I completely forgot about your little hair problem. Ah, what to one man is a little hair problem, is to another a day of drinking W's potions of the W's potionless. You gonna kill yourself, mate. You have no idea my stomach ails me this morning. And still you're here in time. That's like the first. Oh dear, how awful for you. I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you're looking so full of whim. And you, I see London's celebrated great detective is as active as ever. Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow. Compared to my paltry engagement with a few trivial cases, the Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital. Now, while this man may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you. What an honor. And what would that be? Your eye for a good lawyer, sir. Oh, that... Jesus, that must be poking at him right now. After all, behind this lawyer, there is a very great mind. Hey, Sholmes. What are you trying to say? I wish you only to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper. Who is barging in? Yo, Gina! Amiko Tobak. Gina! It might be a morning band, actually. I did not really, see that before. I do remember that, but I didn't really think too much of it. Father, you shouldn't be at the symposium. It's been postponed, so I have some free time. I decided to come along with a police inspector to see our country's up-and-coming student in action.
student, unfortunately. I shall be very, very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year. Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see. Hi, Gina. How are you holding up? Oh, though. Yep. Yes, Gina. Why'd you agree to this, eh? Why'd you ask to take me on? This Reaper bloke, everyone says it was him, what? Who killed the boss? It's not him. I'm sorry, Gina. I just don't believe that. Well, if it weren't him, who was it? I don't know that. Yet. I don't care who calls him what. Rape is just a name. This is the person at the end of the day. Exactly. Which means it might not have been him. And if it turns out it was him who killed the boss, then good help him. Sometimes her dialect is not the easiest to read. Fiery eyes indeed. Yes. The culprit deserves every ounce of your love. At least, there may be some solace to the deceased. Please, Odo. Get whoever did this, for the boss. I have feeling this useless. There's nothing I can do. I am gonna fix it, don't worry. Counsel, defense, and the defendant. Court will be in session shortly. Make your way into the courtroom at once, please. Alright then. Here we go. It's time, Miss Naruto. Lord Van Seeks. Did you just shout out his name as both of us, or... I have no idea what went there. One who lost his treasured brother to mass murder. And one who lost his treasured father in a foreign country of law. And one who lost a man who helped her escape the destitution. God, there is so much loss today here. All that misfortune, all that pain, on course to collide headlong in this trial. It's time to shine a light on all these dark events. Whatever truth is revealed, we're going to have to look it straight in the eye. I'm pretty certain he told us that last time, because it was like... They were talking about Pandora's box or something. And they literally told us, if there is a glimpse of something just showing up, fucking go for it. It's so quiet here this time. In the majesty's of name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to conduct a fair and just trial of the defendant Baruch Van Seeks. Counsel for the defense and the prosecution, are you ready to begin? The defense is ready, my lord. The prosecution is more than ready. And I kinda still don't really remember his voice, even though I just did it before. I never pictured it happening like this. I never thought of facing you behind the prosecution's bench. The so-called Reaper of the Bailies has been scourged like no other, undermining Her Majesty's justice system. Today we must uncover the truth behind this scourge. In other words, this trial is going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder. The truth revealed by these proceedings may have unpredictable repercussions through the judiciary. Accordingly, they are to be conducted as a closed trial, with no members of the public present. By Her Majesty's direct orders. How will that work, my lord? I thought I heard a sound somewhere. Yeah, the bird of all aberrations and
adjudication falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will see, the juror's bench shall remain vacant today.
If no members of the public are present, may I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord?
They are members of the jurisdiction, here to witness the proceedings and ensure an equitable trial.
The members of the judiciary. Oh my, this is a very unusual trial already.
There is, of course, another unprecedented aspect of these proceedings on which I must elaborate. The counsel for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain.
Well, that's a way of saying it.
I believe it makes an outsider see the truth sometimes. As I stand here in court today now, I'm quite certain. This is the reason why I had to come to Great Britain.
Zuma?
Very well, let us commence proceedings. Prosecutor Asogi, your opening statement, if you please. Certainly, my lord. The incident took place on the 1st of November at just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is it the 8th now?
The location was a building of flats of Frenzo Street on the outskirts of the city. The victim's body was discovered there in an old single-room rental property. Ah, yes, Inspector Tobias Gregson. A name known very well indeed to this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimmest cases 10 years ago.
The professor case. How sure are you about the time of the incident?
Several witnesses on the street outside heard a gunshot, and all have reported the same thing.
Yes, that was Gina told us too. There were a number of witnesses.
I have here a plan of the room.
So the board was always there, the chandelier was always there, and that was always there.
The victim was found curled up in the corner. It's believed that he was shot from the far point-blank range and died instantly. How was the range been determined? There was a scorch mark around the entryway. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave the scorch mark is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happened when the target is at point-blank range. I see. Thank you for a detailed explanation, counsel.
Okay, so shot at point-blank range. Which means that where Gregson is now, the body, or where it was, is more or less just a feet away the person was.
The murder weapon was found laying beside the victim. And you have managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm? No, my lord. Not conclusively.
Bravo, Kazuma-sama. I'm not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can't be proven.
Furthermore, my lord, as I've explained, the revolver was fired at extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him. There is a candelabrum mounted on the wall, and the tip of one of the candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile.
We noticed that too, didn't we?
Yes, that's right. Thank you for the thorough report, counsel. The setting of the crime scene is clear to me. You will submit a plan of the crime scene as evidence, please. As you wish, my lord. This is Francis Street room, Inspector Gregson's private abode. No, my lord. The room is rented to a Mr. Huge Bowl. But there is precious little in furniture inside. and it is generally in a poor state of repair. Wasn't there was Gregson even doing there?
Presumably he was investigating some case or other.
When the policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witness and rushed to the scene, he found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside, holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot. So, the details of the case are clear. In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. A name, please, counsel. Naturally, the accused himself. Lord Van Six? Why would you do that? As a prosecutor, he believes in the oath of office is taken and will compelled to tell the truth. Very well. Let the defendant take the witness stand. So, witness. State your name and occupation for the court. Baruch Van Six, Old Bailey prosecutor. I presume, Lord Van Six, that you heard Prosecutor Asogi's opening statement? I did. It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime, and that you were arrested by the arriving police officer. Can you confirm this? Yes, my lord. Then, I assure the court would like to hear you explain some things. Namely, why you were there in the room on Frenzo Street at the time in question, and what exactly took place. I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth. I must say, Lord Van Six, I never imagined this day would come. Or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. Your formal testimony then, witness. I was investigating Gregson. My inquiries had led me to that address. When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside, and I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. Just as I picked up the firearm to examine it, the door flew open and I heard the man scream. It was only then the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me. You spun around. Were you already in the room? That testimony was the whole truth. It was. So, you heard a shot being fired in a room with no living occupant. A moment later, a corpse somehow appeared before your eyes. Is that it? You're right. You haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse. I thought you were my mute apprentice. Yet, it turns out you have a way with words. Prosecutor Asogi. I would appear to be a singular tale indeed. Singular isn't the word. It's laughable. Yeah, something's going on with him. His brain ain't right. Very well. Counsel, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. The investigating on... Oh, well, technically I already read this. I don't need to read this. You're investigating the inspector. What on earth for? I'm not at liberty to say. Sorry? I'd identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in a case I was investigating. Regrettably though,
He was killed before I could secure the proof I need.
Is the court to understand, then, that on the day in question you followed the victim to the scene?
No. He was privy to his movements in advance.
How?
I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary. The address on Frenzo Street was noted in the 5 p.m. entry.
You illegally entered the man's office. In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense. As it does in Great Britain, I assure you. Is that not the case, Lord Van Seeks?
I was aware of the possible consequences.
So, in summary, you were investigating the victim, and yet refused to tell the court why. I didn't realize British prosecutor enjoys such freedom to whose choose what to divulge under oath. Guy's like hiding a lot of stuff. Hold it! Had you ever been to the address before?
No. I only learned of the place as a result of my investigations into Gregson's activity.
Oh, I don't yawn. I feel like I'm gonna have a goddamn yawn command or something. Jesus.
There was no light inside when I entered. So it was all but impossible to make out anything.
But at 5 p.m. the sun would only just have gone down. It could still have been reasonably light outside.
The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way into the room from outside, as it was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already lying on the floor.
There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure?
I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark. I have a feeling there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for certain.
Look, Miss Naruto. Yeah, the desk there, it's on the other side. Well, sort of on the other side at least. Now I'm like thinking diagonally.
When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate.
And what did you find?
Nothing. I never actually reached the desk.
Hold it! So, who fired the gun? Is the $100 question. Or is it $1,000 question? I don't know.
I have no idea. I didn't see anybody else in the room.
But you say it's very dark in there.
Yes, that's right. All I can tell you is I didn't sense another's presence.
Ah, then could it be that the gunshot actually originated from somewhere outside the room?
No, that's out of the question. Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gun.
I do wonder where then. Because Gregson is here. They said the shot was very close, like here. So I do wonder like what will happen around this area. Also, it wouldn't surprise me if the door opened like it shows here. It means like this place is covered. So he might have just gone straight down here and then just heard a gunshot and managed to miss the person here, but saw Gregson because the door wasn't covering it anymore. And you say that at the point at which you noticed the revolver on the floor.
Correct. and I foolishly picked it up. That was carelessness on my part. Presumably then the gunshot you heard from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands. In point fact, my lord, I believe it did not. The barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder. Wet fish. But then, where on earth was is the gun that was fired? While I would like to oblige you with an answer, I'm afraid I can't. I too would dearly like to know it.
Hold it!
Well, I haven't found anything yet. Oh god. Waking up early in the morning and doing some schoolwork. Getting a bit knackered. A man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume? That's right. One of the street merchants working on the Francis Street. Who are these merchants? A number of them have set up their stalls directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They're all given statements saying they heard the gunshot. And without the thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened. Yes, Gina told us about that yesterday, didn't she? They burst through the door with some force, it would seem. They did, and almost gave me a heart attack in the process. Literally just like, ah! Just barging in. I would love to see his, like, jump scare face. A policeman patrolling Francis Street heard the commotion and was able to arrest accused shortly after the incident occurred. And also, welcome humble viewers to the stream I'm holding, here in our little kingdom in the corner of Twitch. Grab yourself some snacks and something good to drink, and I do hope you enjoy your stay. We're playing some The Great Ace Attorney today, which is my Tuesday game. I play this on Tuesday, Latent Mysteries on Thursdays, and Rune Factory on Saturdays. After one of these games, I will be starting to play Elden Ring, because it was... Oh god, I pressed the wrong button. Because that was actually a goal that was reached. Also, if you want to know goals, I do have a command for that. This is just, though, the follower goal. I don't have any sort of sub-goals, because I don't need that now. I just made one for fun, and it has been reached, and that's when I'm gonna play Elden Ring. If you see that goal up there, that is for if I'm gonna do VR streams, or perhaps some other sort of streams, like cooking, or like off-computer stuff. Because I don't have some sort of microphone capable of picking me up. I don't have a microphone on a long wire or anything good that is wireless. So my thought of trying to see if I could raise something for that. And, well, then I can do more VR. I can do other things. Who knows? The follower goals is... Wait, hold on a second. Pretty certain that something happened last time. Did we actually reach one of those? I kind of freaked out last time. Well, not really freaked out, but I wasn't really prepared that someone actually would more or less bombard me. Hold on here, I'm just gonna check. Nope, we still have 3 left. Yo, hi Turtle Girl, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we have 3 left until scary videos. And then tabletop with 340, so it's 13. Yeah, welcome. I'm just talking about the goals, that one is done and the rest to go. I had to return. Welcome back, Annie. I had a good Easter. I had a slow good Easter. I was just chilling. I think I didn't really do much. I read some from my RPG book. I watched some movies. And I also played a lot of... what the hell is that called again? Super Mecha Champions? I think it's called Super Mecha Champions. Simplest way to explain it, it is an anime-style Fortnite where you actually... well, Fortnite. Battle Royale. where you actually have mechs. It is actually pretty fun, and I have like a 50% win rate of all the things, which is pretty good actually. And I managed to get myself a hell of a good mech, which is literally called Michael. Though I did check that out on the style it does, and I bloody love it. I had a bunch of small chocolate eggs and to my window, and I got home and they were liquid. I kind of know the feeling, but I did something different. I used to have a black DSI? It was called DSI, right? Wait, hold on. Was there something called DSI? Hold on. I'm fucking confused now. Nintendo DSI. Yeah, it was a DSI. So I had a black DSI. And I left it on the table. On the table in the living room. On a summer day. And well, guess what? It didn't fucking work when I got home. Speaking of, I'm gonna get a new battery for mine. Just looking at this thing, it just makes me a bit nostalgic. It was so long ago. First was the DSI, and then was the 3DS and DS. Oh, I remember that one. Sorry, I'm just going through some images, and I see like the first Nintendo DS. I don't know if you have seen that, but like this thick thing, and that's when it's like folded. Oh, I own one of those. Does that thing still work? I gave that to my sister. It might actually still work. It'd be able to actually play some Game Boy games on that. Oh, that was a chunky thing. Oh. Yo. Wait, have one too. What do you have too? You mean the DSI or the chunky one? Oh, you drew Springtrap. Nice. Because of how good the cube looks when it turns into... Wait, what did you say? Oh, it's not gonna have been learning to draw, but so far my favorite part is just learning perspective. Yeah, perspective is a good thing. Mine works, those things are built like a brick. Yeah, I'm pretty certain the other one we have is like the one I had works as well. The screen is a bit odd, but I'm pretty certain we were young when that happened, so I guess it's been a bit messy. But it still goddamn works. My 3DS works as well. I just need a goddamn battery for it because it's like... It has like a... What? 5% left after charging. It's like... The maximum it has is 5%. But I do have a Game Boy Advance that still works. It was just a bit dusty, so the first time I tried it when I was at home, it didn't really work. It glitched. But just playing that, like... Oh, the nostalgia feelings. Oh... There are many different ways of actually doing perspective. One of the things I mostly do is like 1 point perspective, which is literally like 1 point, line out, line out, line out, line out. And if you do something that is supposed to go away from you, you do a line just to the point in the middle. And if it goes the other side, you just do it straight that way it goes. That's one of the perspective. Then there is like 2 point perspective, where there is like 2 points, and it's like if it goes one way, it goes that way. If it goes that way, it goes that way. It's like, it's hella fucking difficult sometimes. Yeah, oh, fuck you, they actually came up. I was literally like, you just reminded me of when I watched Lieutenant Blythe. I think it was yesterday. Because he's making a female Blythe, I think he does. And he commented something that one of his friends said that he can say is accurate. How to learn, like, do you want to know how to draw anatomy? I'm gonna read here while more or less just do that, because I'm gonna go back to what he said. I was stunned to find that it was Greg's. Because his point of saying is, if you want to learn how to draw anatomy, draw porn. I'm not joking. That's literally what he said. That someone else also have said. Like, oh my. Like, I cannot, like, I'm not the best at drawing. But in one way, I can kind of agree. Like, the whole theoretical thing is literally like, they are naked. So, it actually does make sense. Like, you are capable of seeing how the body works. It's like, that's actually fucking true. I have no idea. Also, Kazuma-sama. Surely the court has heard enough. My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused, Barack Van Seeks, is lying on multiple fronts. Also, I was wondering, how do you draw like body structures? Because I saw some different people do it in rib cage. Different people, like some people draw it in an upside down view, and some just draw it half a circle. I was wondering which one you do. Like 2 days ago, I just took some hand and tried to draw their body structure, so I guess that's true. Like, it is a fair point, actually. Like, it's a bloody fair point. And also, all people are different, because I watched OK Peone, which was the person that actually said it for the first time. And I'm pretty certain she discussed that people start with doing the joints, like dot here, dot for the head, more or less, dot, like wherever bendable joints are. But it didn't work for her because she does like sort of perspective stuff and like do it ways. Like she starts off with like, okay, body, arm, rest of the arm. So I would say personally it depends on. I never draw a ring cage, but I'd probably use a half a circle for symmetry or something. Fair enough. Good gracious, counsel! The defendant is lying, you say? In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark. Also, the whole human body is 7 heads tall thing. It's hard for me too. Yeah, like, I kinda don't really care about that, because I have this draw manga book, and it literally has like, oh, do a head. If you want to do it like this, do it this big. But like, trying to do it that way, it doesn't really work for me sometimes. So it just like tries my best to see like, does this work? Does this work? I'm just like trying to like size up things. Like, the legs are too short, do that. The body's too small, do that. So like, I just change these things all in all. No, that is impossible. As proven by this candelabrum. How does that prove anything? If you examine it, I believe it's supposed to be if, but I guess they managed to do an it. If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it has been blown off by a powerful impact. One could assume that the projectile from the firearm passed through the victim and struck the candle. The problem comes when you consider the other 2 candles, which are clearly of a different length. That's good. We could reasonably expect someone to have lit all the 3 candles together. Which begs the question of why only one had ended up longer than the others. Because it's not Christmas yet. I'm sorry, I just had to. Must have been because of that particular candle was extinguished when the other was still burning. That's right. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out. But the other 2 candles would still have been burning. So the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by the lights, still thrown by the candelabrum. It was good. It was a good cake. I believe I talked to someone when someone made cake, and they discussed that instead of keeping like the outside, you could actually cut that away. So I cut actually like the little browner part away, so I only got like the sponge part. I did some lemon, what is it called? Lemon cream. Let's just call it lemon cream, and some raspberry jam. inside of it. Covered it with whipped cream, had some chocolate eggs on top, and just some raspberry jam over there again. It was actually pretty good. It was absolutely good. It was a good cake. I managed to fail some stuff, but that was mostly because I tried to make the cake in my air fryer first, because I know we can bake stuff in that. I've done that with cookies, but something happened and it wasn't really fully baked in a way, so I'm pretty certain it was like much smaller this time than it used to be. Who knows? But it was a good cake for this one person, I can tell you that for a fact. The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before. That's the truth. In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. A board covered from top to bottom in police documents and newspaper cuttings. Oh yes, that's right, we saw it too. It goes without saying that the content of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, they include a number of reports from various historical cases, the oldest of which was from 10 years ago. It's not him. I'm pretty certain it might be... this guy is connected to that, because we did find this picture, which is a picture of Miss Vigil, which is his wife in that room. 10 years ago. This started to sound familiar. And there's a common thread linking all the documents on the board. Indeed. What is this common thread, Counsel? They all relate to the case prosecuted in the court by Baruch Van Sees. All of them? And furthermore, all those cases are one in which the defendant was acquitted. Good lord. Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today, because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper. So whoever worked in there literally killed for the Reaper. In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and his base of operations. The Reaper's hideout? And yet the Reaper would claim never to have been to his own secret hideout. No one would believe that. No. The truth is, we've been looking at this backwards. Backwards? Explain, Counsel. Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand. Okay, this is getting somewhere. I do love he actually has to scream for people that is from the jury. Or not the jury, we don't have a jury. Like, this is a closed trial. Nobody is here. Baruch Van Sees is an outstanding prosecutor who has rendered great service to his country. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with the prosecutor Asogi's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistencies with the known facts. All I have done is state the truth as I know it. Kazuma's done a brilliant job as ever. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build his prosecution's case. And it's formidable. Formidable. Counsel, you will submit the board that you just show the court as evidence. I believe it to be fundamental in establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence. Also, I'm pretty certain it's alright to do that, because as I said, it's a closed court. Like, people in here probably know about everything there. Okay. And now, the prosecution would like to call new witness to the stand. Ooh. Wondering what steps do you you learn first when you started drawing? Because whenever I learn, I sometimes feel like I'm starting at the wrong place. There's something else I could learn first. Oh, learn to not burp. At least not like that. Oh. There were mentions in the previous testimony too, if you remember. Yes, the street sellers who heard a gunshot when running into the room. Very well. Lead the witnesses in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand. Certainly, my lord. Oh, great, more voices. I just realized. Hello, Red Riding Hood. Hello, Beasting Lip. There we have the guy I was believing to talk about before. Oh, boy. Oh, for fuck's sake, don't do that. Don't... Fucking hell. Can we not go to the girl to the left instead? I'm pretty certain, that lip is a tumor. That is not a tongue, that is his lip. It is his fucking lip. Also, speaking of, not speaking of lip, but just like, fuck. Apparently we managed to find a, we had a alias today in the game. Because it was a name that was not someone's own. Someone used the name Huge Bone. Not like huge, but huge. Huge. You know the name. Fuck yeah, I cannot pronounce the name. But literally, Huge Bone. Who the hell names them like that? Especially as an alias. In terms of people, I did a thing where I wanted to get better when I drew an eye, nose, mouth separately until I was confident with that. And I started to do full faces. But I don't know if that helps. Yeah, it looks like I've been stung by a bee. Like, Jesus. Yeah, a bit like Lickitung. We're just free and easy. Is that what we like? Live where we wanna live. I give them all this vacant stare as they walk down front. Spin a few words into words for them. Would I be right in assuming that all of three of you make your living by selling wares on the street? I'm gonna try and do this kind of thing just because of the fucking lip. Everyone calls me Gus. I sell jaunty little tidbits to passers-by, you know. Jaunty little tidbits? I got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your ginnel it is. 6 pence is the price, not a penny less. Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now? Ah, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested. Try the man. Give him the money and see what it is. That is a fucking scam. Alright, 6 pence it is. You won't regret it, sir. Now you get your listening ears on. Yet between us, you young couple in Life Street have just had a twins. Yes, I did say it was a scam. I technically did say it was gossip, and like gossip, you can ask anyone about gossip. Is that it? Fucking don't play with your lip! It's gonna spread to the rest of the face. No, that's not it. It's gossip, isn't it? It wants to spread, but that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. It's a bit weird trying to talk like this. I'm gonna do that just because of the goddamn lip. I got more, you know. One of the easy ones, 6 pence a piece. Is all it is. If you're curious. I'm curious, yes, about what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours. What do you mean by underneath? Isn't it like up at top? Namely that unusual bruise or whatever that's poking up from under your collar. Oh, I thought it was just shadowing. It looked like it's been strangled. Oh my god. What about the next witness then? What name do you go by and what do you say? Me? Sorry, like, literally, like, for those who doesn't know, I know a streamer called Venus. I literally just popping up a Venus here was like, oh, okay. Me, I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit? Why is that funny? I kinda want to call her Venus Dawn now, just because of that. I see these lovely little fireworks to all the local school kids. Someone heard a bang, commotions happened. It was a goddamn firecracker. Fuck yeah. Sorry, I was not fucking prepared for that to happen. She literally... Hold on, I have... Fuck, my composure. Fuck my composure. Wait, hold on. She literally lit a matchstick with her ass. Wow, that's like... Jesus, that's a firm ass, that one. Holy shit. Fuck, I was not prepared for that. I don't know why that got me. I was literally like into the whole name. And like what to call her. And it literally just said I got a matchstick to her ass. Oh, fucking hell. 6 pence a pop. 6 pence a pop. What do you say? You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell? For kids, absolutely. Do not do it again. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Oh yeah, the second year can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I tell them that if they get 100, they could blow up the school. Oh my god. Yeah, that would do the trick. Yeah, that absolutely is a fun party trick there. Holy crap. Like, I know that in the, like, before they actually had those, like, matches where you literally could, like, do it on a surface and just light the match. But being capable of doing it on your ass, that's like something else. What do I say then, eh? When I parted with 6 pence for a pop. Wait, what, you want me to buy one? Tell you what, I'll let you on a little secret. If you get 100, you can blow up the whole courtroom. I'm pretty certain. Oh my god! Why does everyone want me to become a pyromancer? Is that even a pyromancer? No, pyroman. Why the fuck am I calling it a pyromancer? Pyromaniac! I'm calling it a fucking pyromancer. Oh my god, where the fuck is my brain going today? Pyromaniac. Also, is blowing things up a pyromaniac thing as well and not just light things on fire? Also, pyromancer. I've been doing too much fucking gaming. Oh fuck, that was a bigger one. She like, I'm pretty certain she doesn't want it to just sell. I'm pretty certain she wanted to blow up. The Venus special, only 600 pence. 600. Oh. It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about it, isn't it? That is fair. Like, that is fair. She literally said, like, have 100 and you can blow up a place. So if you buy one special for 600, then it's actually 600 of them. I literally bought that for 600. The last witness. What name do you go by and what do you sell? I'm thinker me. Thinks all the sort of thoughts. I think, therefore I am. I am, therefore I think. I think. You think that you think, or you... That was a sentence. Because I stand on the street which watch the world go on about me. They call me the observator. And get over it, old man. Everyone calls you Sandwich, and you know it. Everyone calls you Sandwich. Why would you call him Sandwich? Probably Shredder. I'm probably half, does you say? I give no answer, I know. I think what it means.
I don't actually sell anything. No. Come to think of it.
A pity. Okay. Well, we have quite a cast here, it seems. They have conducted their businesses on Frenzo Street from morning until dawn. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene. I see. And thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose. Not only that, but they were bravely ran inside to see what was going on and to witness the crime. I'll be beggared, I thought. Just between us.
Venus de Milo, what am I to do? That was a terrible thing I saw. What I think is... What we see is light and shadow. But playing with our eyes, and it's real.
Why do I get the feeling they kind of just quoted some sort of like museum stuff? Especially him with the thinker, and she with Venus de Milo. Is Venus? Wait, hold on. I recognize the name, but I don't really know what it is. Yeah, the statue. Okay, now I know which statue as well. Okay. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident. Okay, before that, I am gonna check out the firecracker. Because if that is that big, I'm pretty certain it will sound like a goddamn gunfire. And have enough of those and you will have a goddamn military band. Okay, can we light this thing on fire then?
Have you had an idea, Miss Naruto? You're staring at the end of the string of fireworks.
Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like.
Shall we find out?
What? She said it would blow up the courtroom. Alright, that was a fairly sizable bang.
I guess it's still ringing, Miss Naruto. It sounded almost exactly like
a gunshot. Yes. It sounded like a gunshot. Oh. Hold on. So that's the thing. This thing was like the bullet hit it, but there's also like black residue on it, which might have been gunpowder. So whoever was in here had probably a firecracker in here, like a sort of timer, so that people would, after everything was done, go inside and check. That's my theory. We saw the whole thing from start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went in the building.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside. They were all heard a big bang. It seems to me that quick talk.
What the hell is he trying to say? Quick to talk. Is that quick to talk? What the fuck is that?
Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what happened.
I ran into a room, and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body.
I was scared off death, me. So I ran to get the cuppa.
If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building? Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused Baroque Van Six. I've seen pictures with the Reaper in the papers. I know what it looks like. And just between us, both like stories like this, I've made myself a taste of some already. But wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it. All those flats on Francis Street are unoccupied. Of course they're all small, damn, dirty and expensive to boot. The room in which the inspector was found is only the only property in the building currently released.
I know the lead source's name, don't we? It's Huge Bone.
Fucking hell. This stream has been a thrill of shit. Jesus. Me saying pyromancer, Huge Bone, and her party trick. The victim, the testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime. No. But this was a fast goddamn trial. Personally, I would want to speak with the girl more. Now I'm just curious, do I have them in here? Oh, I have them in here. Gossip. Yeah, like he has some sort of like strangled thing. Wait, where the hell have I seen that before? Hold on, I'm gonna mention that when it comes up again. Thank you for your candor, my lord. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed with to cross-examine the witnesses. Yes, my lord. In a closed court like this, without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony, somehow. So, I don't know when, but I'm pretty certain that I have played a game where someone has had hair like hers, where they literally look like nooses. I just don't remember where or what game. But I am certain of it. Okay, so what exactly did you see? When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Van Seeks. I suppose so. The likes of us don't know the names of the high mighty. I tell you one thing, I was the old raper that went in last. That's for certain, sure and certain. He is so difficult to make a voice for, but I decided to make that voice. Just behind Inspector Gregson. Did they arrive at the same time as each other? No, not at all. The first fella must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before we heard that gunshot. The victim arrived 15 minutes before. You sure about that? Am I sure? Am I sure? Does it seem likely that I've forgotten a fella with bright red hair like that, does it? Yeah, bright red hair.
Yeah, his hair was really red. Weren't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even.
Just for fun, sis, she's gonna be Venus Dawn now. Just because. Oh, very important question. What color is the Sean's hair at the moment? Yeah, he dyed it back. Potion after potion after potion after potion after potion. So, his stomach was in pain, apparently. Or at least it hated him. But he is back.
But that fiery red mops still burns on the inside of my eyelid.
Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead? Weren't you listening, chum? He was a redhead. He had a big trunk with him as well.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
It seems likely that the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party. No, I hate to break it, but the witnesses are correct. What? Oh goddammit, you have a photo? Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene. Yeah, he has a wig on. We found a wig before. Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, alright.
A red hairpiece. Of course, we saw one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we?
I still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though.
So then, why on earth would we have been wearing something like that? The color does seem to suit the man, one might say. The photograph will be submitted as evidence. Okay. The problem I have here is literally like the third party I know of is the husband to Miss Vigil. But if this is Gregson's room, that means that he has some connection to her, but that doesn't really make sense. Because he is a known detective. And the guy has just disappeared. And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposed to be carrying? I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. This is kind of funny. So, oh, the only people that have been there is literally the deceased and the defendant. So where is the trunk? Yeah, I have no fucking idea. Okay, that makes absolutely sense, doesn't it? What? You do expect us to have been watching the building for every second, do you?
I definitely saw. So I'm in the dock and go. I'm in the dock going in, though. No question about that.
Hold it! I kind of like. For some reason, she reminds me of Red Riding Hood, but she also reminds me of. Isn't there a story about some girls selling matches? I don't remember the name of that, but for some reason I think of that story when I see her. She doesn't sell matches, she sells fireworks. By which, presumably, you mean the gunshot.
I sell these little things, don't I?
There we go again. I'm pretty like I don't know why, but it like goes on so fast. But I'm pretty certain she actually just pouts her ass up whenever she does that.
I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? I've always thought that it would probably sound a bit like this, doesn't it?
And you're saying you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building.
That's right. It almost straight away. Bang, it went. Just like that.
Well, he's a raper, isn't he? It's a French call fait accompli. Fait accompli. Well,
What do you mean by that?
when the rape is around, people are going in the ground. I mean, everybody does, doesn't they? Ooh, sorry, I managed to just check a name apparently. I think we got the message. The Reaper could allow the inspector to live after he'd discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clear motive for the crime. Yes, it's certainly an eminently credible motive. I kinda hate a bit now to just have the judge, because this guy just needs to poke the right thing. So it's like, oh, I end it here. Good day to you. Hold it! So, when Gossip ran to see what had happened, did you go too?
Well, I'm a bit hampered, you see. All the signs are that I can't move very well.
You were way behind, presumably. With that sandwich board around your neck and with a big sign in your hand. It was a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible you and I have met before?
I'm not anybody. Me. The sign are what makes me who I am now. I said sign, therefore I am.
So, you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago. Yeah, I remember that as well.
I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Miss Naruto.
Yes, I agree. You've clearly been through a lot.
Turn down King Henry Street and Black Widower's Arms is just there. Oh dear, you made him hide behind his sign.
Great. Well, that was I more or less just
switch this guy with the other in the beginning of this chapter. Nope, wrong one.
Hold it!
So then, were you the first person to arrive on the scene? Is that right?
That I was. Kicked down the door open like a professional, I did. And all yelled out, what's going off here?
Lord 6 claims that he heard was a man scream though. And was it dark inside the room?
No, not like at all. There was candles burning on the wall.
Really? You just stop flapping your lip. It's nasty.
As our fellow collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside.
I see. Even though Lord Van Six claims not to have seen any of such lights on the wall.
Next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body.
The accused, the Baron Van Six.
Oh, that's right, the pale-faced Reaper himself. I was a little shocked, I wouldn't deny it. But I'm not a lily-livered coward. I stood my ground and gave the Reaper a cold, hard stare myself.
Well, we did hear a scream. Did say something about a scream. I'm pretty certain someone's gonna mention a scream. Please mention the scream! Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich?
That wasn't really nothing to me. Empty in the head, I am. Just two slices with no middle. So I don't know what would want me with me.
I think that maybe you just remembered something. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is we're nothing really.
Also, I'm gonna do something just for later use. I'm gonna go here, gonna go here, gonna go here. I'm gonna pause that because I don't need that. There we go. I'll turn that down.
We tried to dress ourselves up for something else, but at the end of the day, we were all just treat ourselves.
No problem, Turtle Girl. Always nice to have you here. Have a good evening. And hopefully I'll see you on Thursday with more puzzles.
We're gonna have puzzles. That's enough of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich.
When I saw the Reaper, he felt... Oh, when it felt clean on his backside. That's it.
Oh, you rotten beggar. I told you to keep that a secret.
He screamed, hey, did it? He screamed and scrambled off on all fours. That's what I wanted to say. Mr. Gossip, is this true?
The floor was slippery, that's all. Planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Yeah.
Wait, what? Pool of blood?
But listen here, when I was in the sprawl on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold hard stare. And don't forget it.
Okay then. Let's go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hands?
I did, yeah. Happened to the best of us at the time, doesn't it? I was so scared, I slipped over. And keep it just between us, can't we?
And the whole jury, though. No, Mr. Gossip, I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony.
Oh, if I must.
The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once. He's not mentioning anything. Where were he? Because if it's literally like, oh, I see a body, I'm staring at the Reaper, I fell over, oh, blood. He must have been like so close to the body. Like, why would you be so close? It's far away from the door. You wiped your hand on the floor.
Well, one's blood inside there, horrible stuff, and the icky. They might have thought we'd done it. Not her.
You think that might be a problem?
Doesn't really matter if I left a few grubby handprints on the floor. They just cleaned it up in the end one day. That makes sense first. That's a message from all of us. Is something wrong, Council? No, my lord. I didn't remember anything in the report about the bloody handprint on the floor. That's all. Don't come in with all that. Can't imitate me. I know what I did. I wiped it off on the floor. The blood. I wonder, could that have happened? Is that Naruto? I don't have all the answers yet, but I think we may have just uncovered a vital clue. Kate! Hi! How are you? How are you? How is all of you actually? Welcome, Raiders. Yo, Kate, how are you? How was the stream? I am guessing you continued on Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, I can understand that. Do take a good rest. Yo, hi, Phoenix. Welcome. Yo. Are those, by the way, the emotes that you discussed someday? Or is that an emote that has been there? I haven't really checked that out too much. Mostly just been lurking around sometimes, just checking the stream. But yeah, welcome. Just trying to figure out what's going on here a bit. Where is the blood print, though? Oh, it's just been there. Okay. I was just wondering. Wow. Ah, no problem. Like, I am the same. Like, Jesus. Sometimes I wonder how I'm capable of actually making myself understood. I know the feeling. Absolutely. So, you didn't run into the room with your friends? I'm not that sort of girl. Sorry. And yes, I'm doing voices for this game. Hell of a fun, but sometimes, holy crap. I'm a timid little thing, me. I was so scared to go inside in there. We're trying to figure out now who murdered Detective Gregson. Because right now, the Reaper of the Baileys, which is a... what it was called? For some reason, it has stopped. My brain stopped working. Prosecutor. For some reason, I wanted to start with a C or a K. The prosecutor. Jesus. Old Lippy and the witch ran in there, and then I heard a sort of an old lady scream. Well, it wasn't me, I swear. I was a gentleman. Stake my honor on it. We already know that you screamed. So we have been going through a lot today here. We have a secret named, which is Huge Bone. Me mispronunciating a pyromaniac with a pyromancer. That was fun. Oh, also, I completely fucking forgot about this. Hold on. There we go. I forgot that last time as well. There we go. Yes, Kingdom Hearts. That's something I do. It's just I completely, utterly forgot it. There's so much shit just happening. I was so confused. But yeah, so weird name. Me just saying pyromancer instead of pyromaniac. And that girl apparently lighting a matchstick on her ass. And I ran into a copper as soon as I turned in the corner. So I brought him straight back to the place. Didn't I do well, eh? That's fairly what you're supposed to do. Yes, between us, the copper's eyes nearly popped out of his head when he saw the Reaper. Like yours. Yeah, a fellow pyromancer. Nah, but I was discussing whether or not a pyromaniac is like, I know that pyromaniac loves fire and like light things on fire, but I'm like question like, do they also like fireworks, like causing fire with fireworks? I was just questioned by that, but I said pyromancer. I was like, wait a second, that's not it.
was like, oh, I don't believe I just said that, but I did. Yeah, the defendant was arrested on the spot, I believe. Considering the catalog of killings the Reaper had carried out, it was a particular inauspicious end. Inauspicious? I've never heard that word before. If I can't find any holes in the testimony, I'm afraid the judge will give a ruling of guilty, Miss Naruto. The truth is, though, their combined testimony is fairly damning. Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any obvious problems with their statements, don't there? Isn't there? Still, if Lord Van Seeks really is innocent, then it's almost certain that we'll find something in there that doesn't quite add up. Well, yeah, pyromancy is like anything that can cause a fire, including explosions, fireworks, pyromancers, or conjurers of fire. Yeah, that I know the difference between that. I was just curious if like pyromancer, I say that again. Why the fuck do I say that again? Pyromaniacs actually use explosions as well. Like from my point of perspective, it's literally like, oh, match, something flammable, boom, there we go. But yeah, that does make sense. It was just like, I was a bit wondering if I actually did like that or not. I don't know, but what I do know is that there is more to this case than yet to be brought to light. I'm curious to see if you actually can make a pyromancer more or less in Runes of Savarum, which is the tabletop RPG with the D&D 5th edition rule set. I got it just last Thursday, I think I got it. Very good read. I got some good stuff. Okay. So I got this now. I slipped over and got blood on my hand, so I quickly wiped it on the floor. Where? I'm pretty certain I'm supposed to... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna... This is more or less how much I trust myself. I save before anything, because I know I might just lose a lot of health here, more or less. Okay. Because I pressed him on this. So he added this, slipped over and got some blood on my hand, so I quickly wiped it off on the floor. But no one ever saw that. No one saw blood on the floor other than where the victim is. I'm gonna do this just so you can see, so you can present where. No, that was wrong. I know that because first of all, the music didn't stop and my health bar was still up there. I have played all of the main games. I more or less know how the game is built. If you do a good job, the health bar up there will disappear, and most of the time, especially when it's something good, the music will just stop. I'm pretty certain I pressed this already. I'm gonna check again, just for safety. Yeah, you wiped your hand on the floor. Yeah, I did actually read this. Yeah, and there's no fingerprints. Yeah, there is no handprint. Yeah, I know we have a vital clue, but... There's something I have to present here, because I've already pressed everything. Wiped it off, but where? I don't think I can show this picture. I was about to present it, that was not a good idea. Also, if you actually had his hand in the blood, wouldn't there be like a handprint in here as well? Slipped over and got blood on my hands. check here a bit. These are too early. I'm just gonna... There's nothing like here, and also that's not even the floor, so... We don't really have much floors other than this and that.
Objection!
I had to try. I only had like 2 tries, so I used them. And that was a mistake. I'm gonna see if I can press more, because I know there are sometimes you have to press more times for them to actually be able to do stuff. Like a sort of unlock, like now I know this, I can go back, press you against this, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how it works. Oh, shit, I pressed the wrong button. God damn it. Well, we need to begin in the... Do from the beginning anyway. God damn it, sometimes I cannot speak. For some reason I feel like I have worse spelling just after entering college, to be honest. Okay, so press. What exactly is going on here? You say date. What do you mean exactly? So we have already pressed this. That's also why I'm not doing voices. I like don't repeat often. They're Reaper, that's for certain. No, that's not at all. The first fella went a gun inside a good 15 minutes before he heard that gunshot. So, Inspector, or Detective I say sometimes, went in 15 minutes before everything happened. Yeah, and technically he didn't have red hair. As you saw, I had a wig in my inventory. Odd. And the trunk has not been found either. The trunk is still missing. It seems like the person who saw it, yeah. And he already told us that it is him because it literally is a wig. Yeah, and he showed us that picture. So we already found that. That's fine. And no trunk at the scene of the crime. After a minute after. Also, I more or less know that what they heard was probably the firecracker, because I had a candelabra that actually has 2 burned out candles. I did mention she lit a matchstick with her ass, didn't I? But yeah, one of those is like the bullet hit the candelabra as well when it went through him. But there are also some residue, some black residue on this. So I'm pretty certain there was one of these. And also these are not the same as the one she holds. She says that if you have 100 of those, you'll be able to blow up a school or a courtroom. And she sold me a special, which is literally this big thing, which is a bigger version that is 100 of those small ones. And she believes it more or less sounds something like this. And you are fairly correct, actually. Except that the bigger ones does. And you say that you heard a noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building. So someone must have just turned, like, lit that on fire and just like, oh, I'm out of here. Either it's one of these who did it, like the girl, or it might have been someone who she sold to. So I do wonder who she lately have sold a mega cracker to. The Reaper could have allowed the inspector to... Yeah, they believe that it's the Reaper's hideout. But I do not believe it is. Especially, why would why would Gregson even need like the goddamn hairdo on his head anyway? Sure, if that was his hideout, then sure. But now people saying it was the Reaper's hideout, which is the defendant.
Hold it!
Yeah, he's a bit slow. He cannot move very well because of the sandwich he wears. That's literally why he's called sandwiched. Or sandwiched. Why did I say sandwiched? Sandwich. Just need to take away the T. And we're just gonna discuss who he might be. Because we met him in the first game, but he was actually a driver of a cart. But because of some money things, he actually probably got fired. And here we have this new thing, the blood thing. So I've pressed everything. There is something with this, because this is the only thing I've been able to press out of them. Got the bloods on my hand, so I quickly wipe it off on the floor. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what. So I've done that, and I've done that, because these are the only two things that has a floor more or less showing up. This is gonna wait until we need something to fake a gunfire. Also, I never checked the notice board. Hold on. I should have checked this before. Why the fuck didn't I check this before? I literally got it and was like, oh, I'm gonna check this out now when I can. But I kind of forgot that when he sent in all of the other witnesses. So this thing didn't stand up when they came in. This was a part of the floor. He believed. Yeah, it's a handprint. Okay, fair. We found it. Okay, so it's this thing. Now it's much simpler than me being just a moron.
Objection!
There we go. There you go. No health, knows my music. Now I know it's correct. So, you wiped up the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that? Well, now what else would you expect me to have done, eh? Doesn't really matter.
Objection!
The police found such a handprint on the floor during the... Found no such handprint on the floor during their investigation. What exactly is the defense asserting? Simply what you sent in. I didn't have that as evidence, he gave it to me. If you listen, you'll find out, Prosecutor Asogi. Certainly, there is no bloody handprint found on the floor. What are you trying to say? There are handprints in the blood. There was a handprint of blood left on a very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board. There was not much of a voice there. Oh yes, indeed. Indespicably handprint in the distinctive color of blood. The color of blood. Aye, is that right? My right hand, I know it anywhere.
Objection!
If the witness clearly didn't definitely testify that he wiped his hand on the floor. And the handprint on the back of the board are irrelevant. I cannot speak. Irrelevant. Jesus Christ. Just because of the two E's there, it kind of fucks up my speech. Yo, welcome back, Janne. Ah, goddamn internet then. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness handprint to have ended up there. Just look at the floor plans of the room. The notice board was on the opposite corner of the room to the victim. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling, Janne. Because I've literally had to like just had to end stream some days just because of my internet. You'd have been considerably distant from the body. I fell over when I came across the body. That was basically erected next to a corpse, not on the other side of the room. In other words, the defense's assertion is a contradictionary. Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason. I take it you are formulated properly. Formulated a proper hypothesis, Council. Talking a bit. I don't know really when your internet died. We had a raid. Lovely Kit came in. I believe Phoenix might be here or sticking around here. Who knows? And we just discussed all the weird stuff that's been happening. For example, huge bone. Me saying pyromancer instead of pyromaniac, and the girl who just lit a match on her ass. Else, not really much. I tried to figure out where the blood was on the floor. Yeah, there he is. There is Phoenix. What is that for something? Hold on. For some reason, I really have to just check every emote I see. There we have my weird ass emote. Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty certain, like, personally, I love VTubers emotes. I believe they are so much better than many other emotes I've seen. Sure, I have actually subscribed to one that had a bless one, and that was perfectly whenever someone sneezed, so that was that I at least used. Okay, so the contradiction. If there was another handprint, that would still mean there would be a handprint on the floor, which there is not. The board was moving, which I feel it might not be. So I'm gonna say false testimony. The witness claims to have wiped his bloody hand on the floor, yet no signs of that remains at the scene. The simplest explanation is that the witness is lying.
Objection.
Just because it's the simplest explanation doesn't make it the correct one. Ryunosuke Naruto. Was it just checking the time a bit? Not yet. Positing perjury simply because it suits you. You bring a shame on your Japanese heritage. Wait, I lost a fucking life for that. Blimey! God damn it. But I'm also gonna have to end this stream here. I do hope you enjoyed the stream though. I